spectrometer working. It's not calibrated, but I'm using this Theramino software, which you can get for free, which basically does the plotting and apparently I think interprets the camera data, though I haven't really gotten to that yet because you need to calibrate. I have, a flashlight that has white light. Maybe you can't really see, but you can see there that I have the blue on the right and the red on the left. This is actually because I'm using a mirror. So to show you my setup, what I have here is basically a box where everything inside is painted black. I'm gonna have to rotate here. There's a little sensor there. The sensor is literally just a camera, which I got from a webcam. And then I made this little slit where the top and bottom, I guess, are just black cardboard. And then in the middle, I have parts from a DVD. So I have a DVD here that I cut in half. Turns out there were like 3 layers. One layer was just plastic, protective, I'm guessing. One layer was aluminum, which reflects, and apparently still manages to do some of this diffraction or whatever. There you can see some colors. And then another layer was like a thin film of like flexible plastic. Some right there, can't really see, to be at the right angle. But I think it allows you to create sort of the sort of different colors dispersing using only transmission as opposed to reflection, which is why I didn't use the aluminum or whatever this is, because basically what would happen there is it would be a little bit hard to just do the geometry, because I would have to set up like the reflector on top of it at a certain angle, and that would be pretty hard. To cut this, I've followed basically a tutorial on YouTube involving hot water and alcohol. Here you can see sort of all the cardboard and whatever. I've used these metal chopsticks to try and set up this little stand here. That's because these mirrors are meant to go at an angle, but I didn't know what the right angle was. So as you can see, I painted it black so that I could incline them more and more or less and less to figure out what would be the right thing to do. So basically the way this works, actually very annoying because this wire sort of has some tension, but you can try and put this here somehow so it won't. Let's see. Oh, I'll have to do the other one this way. It'll be rather hard to position it so that you can see everything, but I do want to make this possible. If I can make that not move. All right, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna want to do something like this. All right, so here you can see sort of how this works. You have a light, and then we move this very, very close to the mirror. That's the goal. There's a mirror back there. We're going to be really close to it. And then we should shine the light in. Because there's a slit, it turns out that if I were to put like a little blocker here and use a small sort of hole like that, I don't think it's enough light. I just don't see it. This does have to be right side up though. Just given this really irritating tension, I think means I'm going to have to put this weight here. Slide it in to the mirror. I'm going to have to get the light close like this. And what we need to do is try to get the software to show right, to show properly. Cool. And when I hold the light there, you can see sort of this pattern here. If you had a good computer program, right, you would know that the light is bright on the right only if it's blue, and the same on the left only if it's red. In the middle there's like green and some other colors, right? So if you average along the columns, so for each column, you sort of take an average of the intensity, and then that would tell you, I guess, the intensity of that color, assuming you have this sort of one-dimensional dispersion going on, which is what we have. As you can see though, it's like offset somewhat to like the right. It's not like perfectly centered Also, it's like a little more dense than it should be. But yeah, this is conceivably useful. As you can see here though, I haven't calibrated it, so it's a disaster. It's just a lot harder than it seems.